Hello, Facebook, YouTube. Can you guys hear me or not? Happy Halloween. Hi, Alberto. How is your
Hey
Halloween
guys,
going?
good. And how about you guys?
I'm
Or
looking crazy. One
yes,
side,
you are.
he's supposed to be Batman, but
Yes,
he lost his mask.
my son took my mask, and when I put on his mask, it's too small, so I decided to wear this one instead.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to take off the mask because it's very uncomfortable to talk. So hopefully you guys can hear me. Happy Halloween again.
Happy Halloween, guys!
So let me put on my glass. I can't see properly. Okay. Oh, I'm sweating. All
Already.
right. Hey, welcome, Facebook, YouTube, and everyone in between. Thank you for joining the stream. If you are in the stream, say hello. Hi, good to see you, Theodore, Andrea, and Mabel. You guys are awesome. And hopefully, you are going to have a awesome Halloween weekend. So, what are we going to talk about today? What you are going to find out? We're going to talk about admin and site enhancement for WordPress plugin. I'm a bit excited about this because this will solve 3 or 4 crucial problems for you that we are going to see at the end of the video, during the video. So stick around and let's let's take a look into how it works. But before that, I know there are some new people in here and some old people in here. So I have been working with WordPress since 2001. So it's about 22 years plus I've been working with it. So I have a certain level of experience around it. And my daytime job, I am actually managing digital products for SaaS products for enterprises. So that is more to me. Hi, Alberto. Sorry to take up so much time
Oh
talking about
no.
myself. How about yourself?
All right. Hey everybody, thanks for joining. Thank you for taking your time out. Whether it's night, day, whatever. Um,
My here.
so we've been doing this for a while now, but for those who don't know me, I'm an IT manager by day, and I do websites, computer things by night. I've always been interested in technology, ever since I was little. My goal was to do programming, make a robot. You know, I liked all the anime series like Gundam and stuff like that. And that was my goal as a little kid, and I got into computers and love it. And so I love looking over technology, seeing the ways that it can improve people's lives and stuff.
I really hope that I just saw that Asif also joined, KG also joined, Amir joined. Thank you for joining, guys. And you know what helps us a lot is subscribe, comment, and like the video on YouTube. I cannot emphasize it enough because what I'm trying to do, or we are trying to do, is to help you to get the best knowledge out of a product before you actually go and spend money on it. So how you can help us in this process? You can just go to YouTube, subscribe first, say a comment, and like the video. It will tremendously help us, believe me. So I'm going to go into so Alberto, I'm going to go talk about a little bit
Yep.
of Bao, so the plugin developer, and he is actually quite extensive experience in WordPress. So let me explain a little bit. So I'm going to show a screen which will explain most of his uh, profession. So you can see in the WordPress repository, he is not only a plugin developer, he is also a WordCamp organizer in Ubud and Jakarta. And yes, he is from Indonesia. And he is also a WordPress speaker. And you can see he honestly made quite a lot of plugins. So once I discovered admin and site enhancements, what I did, I tested variable inspector, system dashboard, and code explorer. These are very, very advanced things. So most WordPress users will not use those kind of things unless they are a developer themselves. But I do have a separate level of respect when people actually make these type of things like system dashboard, variable inspector is a very, very important tools for the other developers or plugin developers to get into it. So he actually been doing WordPress since 2010. So it's about 13 years he's been doing this. So we can see that his experience came into the power of that experience. We can see right in front of our eyes. Currently, he's one-man development team, but has help from the community because WordPress is driven by the community of users. So they help troubleshoot, they help give the proper feedback and, constructive feedback. So now we can go a little bit more on the changelog. Yeah, I think somebody commented his experience is vast. Yes, his experience is very good, very, very deep, and we are going to see how deep that is.
Yeah. Plus, he's also done a lot of stuff for nonprofit organizations and charities and things
Right.
like that to help out the community. Besides helping out the WordPress community, he helps out his own community and everything. And
Yeah.
some things we wanted to highlight when Rouhani brings up the changelog is that he even highlights those that help and give advice on how to improve the product.
Yeah. So this is what I also wanted to. This is from the repository, WordPress repository, changelog. And if you scroll down, you will notice that he actually goes out from his comfort zone, actually go outside and actually appreciate the people who helped him. So this is something I have done since 2007, and I have utmost respect for the community and the people who helped my plugin out. My previous plugin was WP Optimize. I think some of you already know about it. And I have started doing that since 2007 or 2008, and I really have respect for other people who do, when they do the same thing like this, because even a small help from the community makes a big difference. So this is what I wanted to show. So Alberto was talking about the pro bono work and projects. This is also we do not see. We do not see because it's not marketed. So I have different level of respect for that as well, because it's not easy task to pick up pro bono work and do it and deliver it with all the optimizations. What do you think, Alberto?
Yeah, plus everyone time, especially nowadays, to me, I just feel like everyone's busy and
Yep,
and everybody's schedules that way. And at least out here for me, it's always you always have to be moving, and it's nice to see that he still finds time to go out of his way to help people, and he's been doing that for a long time. So
exactly.
we're
So
yeah.
yeah, that is why it matters. It is something that everyone is doing the same job, but there is certain extras that some people are doing. That is why
Yeah.
they are different from the rest. And hopefully I can find him in the comments. And
Yeah, let me send him a quick message and see if
yeah. So I wanted to talk a little bit more before we go deeper into show and tell. So I'm going to play a simple video to see whether you can capture some of the elements that it does, while me and Alberto is sorting out few other stuff. Hang in there. So I'm going to play the video now. So hopefully you got a glance of it. And I just realized that the founder, Bo, is in the chat. So please,
Yes.
thank you for joining, Bo. Let me put an applause for him. Where is this? Oh, found it. Yep. So thank you for joining. And I am going to take a quick look into what is going on in the comments. Yes, not only Alberto is fan of Avengers. Look behind me. Where did he go? So, okay, Alberto, I think have a disconnection. So I am going to go and dive into this. Let me share my screen in a second. Yeah, okay, he's back. I think his camera disconnected. So I'll wait. While I wait for him, let me look at the comments. How many of you are there? So yeah, Alberto is back. So you had an issue with the camera, I guess?
No, so when I tried to chat to make sure he was on the messages, my computer started acting funny and all of my screens froze. So
Okay.
I closed out of it and signed back in because I wasn't sure if I was frozen on the live
All
or
right.
not.
So I'm going to quickly go into the InstaWP instance, but I need to zoom it up. Otherwise, people won't be able to see it clearly. So, share this tab. Okay, we are up. So here we go. Yeah, we are collecting the questions. No, I am not. The founder is in the chat. Awid, the founder is in the chat. His name is Bao. So let me show again for the community's sake. So this is the founder, and he have done quite a lot of things in WordPress community, including many plugins, up to 10 plugins right now. So that is the founder. So don't mix this up. Okay, let me go back to where we are showing the thing. Okay, so I'll just remove all these. Now, what is actually admin and site enhancement? It is a kind of a Swiss Army knife. So what you can do with Swiss Army knife? It can do multiple jobs. It can open a bottle, it can be a screwdriver, and it can be anything else in between. And it can be a knife. So let us see how it changes the things. So in the content management, it adds custom content type. So this is basically, you can drop ACF and start using this. So I'm going to go and explain one by one that how many things it can replace. And it can also enable the creation of custom field groups. So you can create custom post types, post groups, and taxonomies. Then simple things. For simple things, we install a plugin or we have to write a code to get it done, such as content duplication. This is a very simple thing. So how is it simple? Let me go to the posts. And now, if I enable content duplication and save the changes, let's look at this page. Now I have a duplicate button and it's done. As simple as that. So if you ever had to use a plugin to actually create a duplicate function for post custom post or pages, you don't need it anymore. So I can go further. You can actually do content ordering. So this one, you can set that how you want to order your pages, sort it manually. Media categories, very, very helpful. I used to use Happy Files. I think
Yeah,
the
happy
name is
files.
Happy Files. And because of this, I stopped using it because I don't need it. Now I have media categories, media replacement, SVG uploads. So a lot of time you have to write an extra code, put it in a plugin or something to enable the SVG feature safely. And now you can do this for the administrator role or editor role or whatever role you want. Then you can do AVIF upload. So normally it doesn't support. You need to install something to get it done. So our server already support for GD library, so it will work.
So the screen is just showing the post. I don't know if you're showing the other parts, the
Okay,
media.
yeah, I think this is the one.
Yeah. Do you want to show the media real quick?
Yeah, I want to show the media real quick. So I will open it in a new tab. So first I will save all these changes. Let me save all the changes here. Then I will go to the media tab and refresh this tab. Now look at this magic. So I have these blog post images which I created. You have seen in the video. I can go back to all, and what I can do in these media categories, I can just drag and drop, and that's it. And you have these media categories over here. Now, while we're already over here, I will show you. This is a very common trouble we go through when using WordPress. Every media that is uploaded, if you want to replace it, you have to delete it, permanently delete it, then re-upload the same image. So it takes a significant amount of time to get, let's say 5 image you want to replace, it takes a significant amount of time. But now with this magic, you can just replace media with a new media file, and that's it.
And it replaces it on all the locations that you can have that media
Yes,
calling to. Yeah.
yes, exactly. That's the whole point of it, that it changes the media file in every location that was previously used. So it makes it so much simpler and easier to manage. So these are the admin functions that we use multiple different plugins to get it done or write a code. But when you have more than 5 sites, more than 10 sites, these kind of things can get really, really tiring. And also it can generate errors.
Plus, too, a
Now,
lot of these plugins tend to be bulky. So
yes,
they
because
they
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 want to
tend
advertise
to.
themselves, and
Yeah.
they want to share some link from there. So yes, it will, each one of them will take a CPU separately and processing power and RAM. So then there are some common things. These you can do using many other plugins, but why do you need many other plugins like external permalinks? Open all external links in new tab. This is a very common usage. Allow custom navigation menu open in a new tab is also very common usage, but we use external plugins for this. Now we can replace all of that. This is also a very important one. Alberto, let me know if is okay. Is the correct screen is showing?
Yeah. It's showing the ASE menu
Yeah,
dashboard.
you can use this to actually, when WordPress scheduler missed any schedule post, it can auto publish the missed post by doing a logic behind it. So these are like very simple but day-to-day usage. Like most of the sites, I will have most of the things turned on. But what you need to know that when you have custom content type, how it is going to replace things like ACPT, things like ACF, things like Metabox. So if you go to settings, is it the correct tab? I mean, okay,
So I'm still
okay,
looking at the ASE menu.
yeah. So settings, custom post types. So you can start creating custom post types. Look at this, is full of things. So you can set all the things you can do in ACF, or you can do in other like ACPT or Metabox. So all the common features are already there, including the full list of labels. Then you can do custom taxonomies. So if you want to create custom categories and whatnot, you can do that. And you can assign it to the specific type of post that that taxonomy will be available for. And of course, the field groups, because these field groups will attach to a post type and display it on the back end when you're creating the entries. For example, in the movies, if I add new movie, I only had two fields, which is enter a movie name and enter the year of the movie. So now I will go back to tools, enhancements. So this is the content part, but remember the custom content types is under the pro version. So you need to have the pro version to get this one done. Now we are going to look at admin interface. So these are, as you can see, as I'm going along, you will notice that minor things that we have to use or code or some other way to put extra pressure on WordPress interface to actually get it done. Now I want to clean up my admin bar because I don't like it. Most of the clients, they don't want it. I don't want this WordPress logo at this corner. I don't need all these update counters, howdy, and help, etc. at the corner. So what I will do, I press save changes and look at this. It's clean. It goes to visit site and comes back to the dashboard. And you can actually select what you want to do. I hope I'm on the right screen. Okay.
You are.
Then this is another annoyance. So many plugins will send message to the admin dashboard. So this one can move all the admin dashboard messages over here on the right side, top side, and remove it from the dashboard page itself on top of here. This one also very common to use. You can actually hide whatever widget that WordPress comes with or third-party widget. You can just disable it. Remove the resources that is using that memory.
And
You
one
can
thing
hide
is
them.
like,
Yeah.
sorry. One thing is I tend to do that with every site that I go into, but the nice thing with ASE Pro is that you can export your settings. So as soon as you install it, you can import it. So you don't have to go through and uncheck those every single time that you go into a site. Now this would just do it for you because you're importing all of your settings in one shot. That's one of the nice features about Pro.
Yeah. And you can also hide the admin bar because most of the time you will notice even professional sites that when you enter their EDD interface, means easy digital download, they actually forgot to turn off the admin bar for the general users or subscribers. It's a bad practice in a sense that you shouldn't show that your admin is accessible, like WP admin. So you can disable it for the role you want it to be. So there can be many other roles and you can stop showing it in the front end. This is a neat little hack and I absolutely love it. So normally this wide of this area is 160px. So you can actually change it to more wider. Let's take a look. So now you can see this is very wide. So it doesn't do the line breaks. And this is also very, very helpful. What you can do, you can drag so all your important stuff you can reorganize just by turning this on. And look at this. Once I press save changes and look at this, my plugins menu is on top, appearance is here, and movies is now at the bottom. That was how many clicks? It's just a few matter of clicks. You can even hide it. Like you do not want to show. If you do not want to show this, you can just save and it will be in show all, under show all. So these are simple things, but we need separate plugins to get this job done. Now we have admin columns manager. Yes, it might not be the full replacement of admin columns pro, but let's take a look. So I go to the pages tab and I can manage the columns. Right now I can see all these things. I can add in certain things and save changes. Then I can go back to pages and look at this. You can see the featured image. You can see the property, whether it is password protected or not, whether a comment is allowed or not. So I think it can apply in multiple different places depending on your situation. So it will support all the things, like for example, movies is a custom post type. You can also do that exactly the same. You can even pull in custom fields value inside here. So if you want to bring in movie title, you can do that as well. Let's take a look. Yes, you can see the movie title, which is a CPT value. This is wonderful. And let me go back again where I was. Tools, enhancements. This one, you can improve the list tables, like where you have list, and you can show the featured image column by default. Usually what I use is show the ID in action rows with the links with edit and view. It helps me a lot because sometimes I just need the ID, but I do not need to be in my face. So what I do, I usually do this and go to post. And when I have the ID over here, the ID is 52 for this post, and this ID is 31. So I just want it in that manner. Let me go back where I was. So we completed the admin interface. You want to do this one, Alberto?
The login stuff? Yeah, so change login URL. I've used WP hide my login. If you have SiteGround has their own security tool.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice little feature that you can just click it and you don't need to install extra plugins. If all you're looking to do is hide where it's going. So everybody knows if you go to a WordPress site or if you want to see, you can type in WP-admin at the end, and boom, the login screen pops up, and you know, hey, this is a word site. You
Yep.
can also go to built with and scan my WP, but the nice thing is this at least hides it. So the bots, when they're trying to hit your site and they're trying to go to that login page, it's not, there's no login there. So it
Yep.
kind of helps protect your site from the bots. Site identity on login page, use the icon. Yeah, so it replaces it, so it makes it seem more, in a way, somewhat white label on your computer. So when you go into the login, instead of showing that WordPress logo, you're seeing your own logo on there. And so whenever your clients sign in, they'll see their logo or however you want to set it up. But it's nice. It looks more personal as opposed to just saying it's just showing that the big W. Login, logout menu.
So login, logout, dynamic menu items, you can add it to any menu. So normally what you won't be able to do when you create a menu, there is no dynamic element. Means you cannot add a login unless you add it as link to WP admin. So what about a dynamic menu? Dynamic menu, when you are not logged in, it shows login. When you are logged in, it shows your name and logout. It's a dynamic menu. So you can now add this dynamic menu. If I go to appearance and menus, sorry, I didn't save this. I think I didn't save this. Okay. Save changes. Now I go to appearance and menus. What I will be able to do is, oh, there is no menu.
It is, it's on the bottom. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I see the login, logout now on the bottom.
Yep. So now we have a dynamic menu item that will change depending on my state. Means if I'm not logged in, it will show login. If I'm logged in, it will show logout. So these are simple stuff, but we tend to use some sort of plugins to get this job done. So that is exactly the point of this plugin, that it consolidates and replaces many other smaller plugins in the system. You can even
Last login. Yeah, so last login, I like it because a lot of times clients will go in the site and they'll say, "Oh, I didn't do anything,"
yes,
or they say, "I didn't even log in." With that, you can see who last logged in. Or some people can say, "Oh, yeah, I went in there," and you see that they never really went in there to check
yeah,
the stuff. Redirect after login and redirect after logout. So instead of sending them to a dashboard page, you could send them to any page you want. Like thank you for example, you can send them right to the classes or right to a certain page that you want them to see. When they log out, you could tell them thank you. You can send them back to the home page, or you can send them to whatever custom page you want to create.
yeah, and yeah, you can configure these two over here, and you can actually do it by the role.
Yeah.
Means it's customized by the role. So for now, I will turn this off so it doesn't disturb our process going forward. Now, come to the interesting part. So this is part of the Pro plugin. So you can actually replace the common WP code, Snippets Pro, and similar
Yeah.
plugins. And then once you save changes, uh, there will be a, where is this? Where is the code snippet went to?
And you saved it already?
Yeah, I saved it. I think I need to reset the interface because I have changed the location. Yeah,
There
now
it
it
is.
is. Yeah, there it is. So now you can add CSS, JavaScript, HTML, and PHP snippet for your pages. So once you go to a snippet mode, this will look familiar to WP code box. You can just put your code over here and then you can publish it and it will be executed accordingly. But I think this one, Bao already have some advanced plan for this. Last time we talked with him, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And let me go back to where I was. Okay. So custom code also comes with custom admin CSS, means you can apply a CSS only for the admin panel, not for the front end. This is sometimes useful if you have clients and you want to match the admin color in their brand color and certain things. You can do it right over here. And front end CSS, this one is no brainer that it will load before the head and earlier in the head for each pages. So this will be site-wide, something site-wide front end CSS. And then you can go ahead and input head, body, and footer code. And you can set the priority how you want it to be. The default priority is 10. You can also add custom body class for post, pages, or movies. So the movies is the CPT. So for specific post types, you can add custom body classes. You can also use this with a combination of custom body class plugin. Then you can do these small but very, very helpful things. Those who are using Google Ads, they will have the ads.txt and all the values. You don't have to access via FTP. You can just do it over here and you can validate it via the validator link at the bottom. This goes same for app-ads.txt. You can also validate it on the go. Then your robots.txt, you can edit it and validate it at the same time. So it's so much useful utility that you don't have to open your cPanel, go to the directory of your hosting to find out what is the robots.txt. You have to change one line. You have to go through all these hassles to get this thing done. So now you can do it from the interface. I'm not going to save these changes. So let me just disable all of this. Okay. Now, this is critical for some people. There are many people who coming from the classic editor and they do not want to use the block-based editor. So they can completely disable or selectively disable Gutenberg or pages or post. So for example, the pages, all pages, you can set it, if you set it like this, what will happen that all the pages, when you create, it will use the classic editor by default. So you do not have to worry about why it is loading the Gutenberg editor. No need. All your pages can have the classic editor. So it can go for any other different post types and content types. Then you can, from WordPress 6.0, there are block-based widgets. So what is block-based widgets? It's kind of annoyed me quite a lot because this block-based widgets didn't make sense for me and it is very troublesome to use. So if you want to disable it, you can just disable it completely. You can disable comments completely for the entire site, or you can disable it per element. So for example, you can disable it for posts or disable it for movies. It's a CPT. Then this is a security thing. You can disable the REST API, disable the RSS feeds, disable all updates. It's rarely we use these, but there is a use case for this, especially on client side. If you keep on updating the site automatically, at some point it will break, and then you have to go and fix this problem. So this has its use. Actually, it came from a very what do you call that?
Plus, with bigger clients,
Yeah.
a lot of times they have a lot of custom scripts and stuff, so they'll have a staging site. So you'll do all the updates on the staging site, but you don't want it to accidentally update on the live site. So once you clear everything and make sure it's good on the staging site, then you can easily come back here and say, okay, I can update it.
Yes.
Because the last thing you want to do is have a store that you're making lots of money with that crashes on you. And then now you're trying to either restore from a backup or you're trying to figure out, and all that time you're losing credibility with your clients or your customers. It's a big mess. So a lot of times staging sites help with that.
Yes.
This is a good feature.
Yep, very good feature. In fact, I started using this on my main site because I was worried that I'm sleeping while it did an update and the site was broken for more than 6-7 hours and I didn't know. So yes, I mean, I get an email, but at night my phone is in night mode, so I wouldn't know. So yes, this is
But it's always important to update because as WordPress is open source, it's many vulnerabilities, and you can subscribe to other things and get newsletters and shows you what plugins and stuff like that has issues. So you always want to make sure you update. So we're not saying disable updates and then you don't ever have to worry about it. You don't want to do that either.
Yeah. So what we are saying, update on my demand or update on our demand, rather than automatically update and break the site. So it happens so many times that I know it's a pain to deal with. So disable smaller components. This is very handy thing as well. You can actually remove certain codes, the generator method code, then the version number, Windows Live Writer, which is not supported, but for some reason this is still over here. And this thing is discontinued in 2017. RSD link is designed for RSS readers to discover. Shortlink, WordPress shortlink. Disable loading dash icons, CSS and JS files. Emoji support for pages. And jQuery migrate script on the front end. So all these actually, I'm going to show how it impacts. You will be surprised to see that after using this plugin, without doing any sort of caching, optimization, and blah, 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 and it actually improved the site speed. This is very interesting. I'm going to show that afterwards. So now we go to the security side. So this one straight away replaces limit login attempts plugin.
Yep.
So far, we have seen almost 5 or 6 plugins that we have replaced. Then this is a very, very important thing because a lot of spam coming in through the author URL in the site. It happened to me before. So what I did, I completely removed it, or I renamed it to a unique generic name like this. This is also a very good option. I have told many people that never use a direct email address and put the mail to link on your pages publicly. So now you can do that using this shortcode, and you can even design, add a class to it. You can have your own design attached to it. And this is a
What a
very
lot of
yeah.
I was going to say, because if a lot of you don't know, is there's a lot of scrapers out there that'll go to your
Yeah.
website. They'll scrape your website, and then you start getting all these spams getting sent to your email,
Mhm.
and then all these phone calls too about people trying to sell you stuff. Super
Yeah.
annoying.
And of course, this is one of the easiest way to get DDoS attacks on your WordPress site. So almost all my WordPress site currently disable the XML RPC protocol. This also disables the trackbacks and pingbacks because it can come in that manner as spam. So I will not save it for now. Now, image upload control. So there are so many times I realized that I upload an image without noticing that it is a 6000 pixel by 4000 pixel image. But I need actually maximum of 1920 pixel image because my blog cannot show images larger than that. So why would I need to upload a 3 megabyte file when I can crop it? I can resize it and have it at 300 KB, for example. And at the same time, it can convert BMP file. A lot of times it happens that you have a bitmap file, very big, and non-transparent PNG to JPG uploads to WebP instead of JPG. So there is all these file types that if you upload, it will automatically create WebP version of that image.
And some of
You
these
can,
are pro features, so we're covering
yes,
everything. So if you look at the site, and we'll send the link out and stuff like that, so you could see that as well.
yeah. So heartbeat control is basically what it does. WordPress checks the heartbeat of the API or the admin pages if they are alive or not. You will notice this when you are editing a content and you have been idle for a while. It might lose the connection, means it lost the heartbeat with the system itself. So sometimes what it does, because it keep on doing this every minute or every 15 seconds, it actually takes a CPU timing or CPU usage from that. So you can actually change the value and make it less CPU intensive. So this is one of my favorite one. So few of my sites, I used to use WP SMTP. You already know the name. So now I just use this feature and all my emails goes out fine. There's no issues at all. I exactly use the same settings that I used in WP SMTP. It completely replaced one plugin for me, which was pretty heavy plugin to deal with. I mean the other plugin. Now you can also have multiple user roles. So this one usually happens for e-commerce and LMS sites. You can also have this kind of specific URL to see how the site is for non-admin users. And look at this. Usually what I do, I used to go to cPanel and protect the folder to have a password. Now I can just set the password over here and it's done. This is one of my most used feature. I just turn it on, set it to curves or stripes, and save the changes, and there will be a nice little icon over here. You can see this maintenance mode is on. Simple but effective. It will redirect all the 404, all the error pages to home page. And this tiny little thing will show, I'll show it over here. Okay, I remove all the widgets. Let me get this back. So I go back here. Now you can see my system is Lightspeed PHP 8.2.11 MariaDB running on Ubuntu 22.04. So at least you get a system short. In short, in one line you can see what your system is running. So when you are usually switching your PHP versions or MariaDB versions, you have to refresh and you can see that what is the current version running. Of course, you can go to the detail, but that requires tools, site health, and info. So there's a lot of things to go through. So this is most of it. I tried to not to make it so boring. Hopefully this wasn't as boring as I was speaking, and I couldn't see the comments because I am on full screen navigating. So my backend for the presentation and live. Thank you, Alberto.
You're welcome. Yeah, so we're gonna be doing a giveaway. So I put the link up for the form. So if you guys fill out the form, and we're doing it based on those that participated, the best questions, or showing things that give value to the chat. Whether you're highlighting things that make sense and stuff like that. So please make sure to fill out that form.
So now I'm coming back to the point where I was saying that it actually improves the performance. So if you do not believe this, go to wp-hive.net and search the plugin name, and you will see the memory usage is 222 KB, and it is less than 99% of the plugins because they went through a thorough speed test. You can also see the page speed, average page loading time is increased by 0.05 second. It's increased, not decreased, because you can remove certain code. It actually helps it to render faster. This is faster than 99% of the plugins. So let's take a look before plugin activation and after plugin activation. So they did a test on the front page, 0.23 second and 0.31 second. So yellow is before plugin activation. You can see they went through a lot more, and memory usage benchmark, you can see there is only about 222 KB memory. Front side is 1.36 KB memory additional usage. So this is very lean and to the point plugin that I really have to give that respect for, because most of the plugins that I have tested before, they are memory intensive. I can tell you WP SMTP itself is just a SMTP plugin. It takes so much CPU power, it takes so much RAM for just one plugin doing one function. And imagine how many functions this one is doing and not impacting the site at all. Even it's making the site faster. So get this for real. I mean, look at this. So this is the testing done by their team, WP Hive team. Wonderful work. You can go and look over here. Yeah, this was tested with a VPS, 8 CPU cores, and 8 GB of RAM. So that was the test bed platform. And it was hosted using Apache 2 server, where tested with PHP 8.1. This is the part I wanted to show at the end. I hope it made some sense.
All right. So let's see here.
There's so many comments.
Yes. And it's and Bo is out there answering a lot of these
Yeah.
already.
I'm like so surprised. He
Yeah.
is.
But so like if you just look at that WP Hive and put in a couple tools like Happy Files
Yeah, I want to
or
highlight one of his comment quickly because I just saw this. Please be mindful that those benchmarks is likely with ASE installed but no modules enabled, turned on. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I can totally understand that some of the modules may take a bit of CPU power and all. I can totally understand that.
But still, if you look at that interface, it's not as fancy with all these colors and logos and things like that. It's very clean and it's very simple. It gets the job done. When you start getting fancy with all these logos and stuff like that, you start putting more pressure on the server and slow things down. The more you add to it, the more it costs. But this is nice, clean, efficient. Um, I think it's really well made.
Yeah, I'm like you already sent, right? Yeah,
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 yeah, but I can put it again.
yeah, yeah. You were saying something, Alberto.
Me?
Yeah, you were saying something.
Oh, no, I mean, I just really like the tool. Like, so so George, SaaS Master, I don't know how many of you guys know him. He did a nice video covering a lot
Yeah,
of the free features.
let me
So,
see if I can find it. You can continue talking so I can find it.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay, he got distracted by the family.
yeah, yeah, my daughter and son. Hold on a second, guys. Sorry about. All right, it's morning over here, and they had breakfast,
Yeah,
and they're running around having a great time.
yeah.
Um, Yeah, yeah. But it's really nice. I mean, it's gotten rid of a lot of other plugins that I would normally use. Um, for example, it depends on what your needs are, right? So Rouhani mentioned in the beginning ACF, you can remove it. ACF has a lot more features to it. So depending on your use case, you may still need ACF, but it's nice to just be able to have this one plugin that lets you do everything that you need to a point. Happy
Actually, my
Files can
my
do,
point is,
huh?
I implemented CPT in
Yeah, yeah.
6 different sites, right?
Uh-huh.
And I realized I actually didn't use any of the advanced features of ACF. So most of the time, you will need text boxes, you will need check boxes, you will need rich text boxes, and such things. But all the advanced things of ACF, in most cases, they are not used. So this is what
Right.
I mean by we can replace it.
Yeah, yeah. So the same thing with happy files, code snippets, WP code box. They can do a lot more,
Yeah.
right? So WP code box has a cloud thing that you can connect, see some snippets, a bunch of other stuff. But if you don't need that, if you just need something simple, because a lot of people will install code snippets. Now you don't need to install that. And if you look at it, look at how fancy it looks. Look how much weight it's taking where all of these things that Bo added is very clean and simple. It's really nice.
So yeah, I shared the screen. Uh, Let me just switch to.
Oh yeah, yeah, you were pulling this up.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot with the kids.
So he did a wonderful. I mean, Alberto, you can continue because you were
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about this.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so George, I reached out to him. We talked, and he did an awesome review of the free version. So he has SaaS Master, and then he also has SaaS Tut. Tuto, as one word, and he's covered this in both of them, and he's if you want to just look at the free version for yourself because you're not sure if you want to buy it, he covers all the free version pieces of it, um, and it's a really good tool, and he did a really good job explaining it too, um, and we covered everything. At least we tried to. I'm sure there's a lot of other features that we haven't even thought of that Mo probably took into consideration. And I know he has some stuff coming up with custom. He's still improving on the custom post types and the admin
Yeah.
columns and code snippets. He's working on improving those as well. So, because we asked him about his roadmap, what are things coming up,
Yeah.
stuff like that. So we've gone through, we asked him, we talked to him, we kind of vetted and said, is this something good for our channel and for our viewers? Is this going to help them? And to me and Murhani, we think this is going to help a lot of people. You're going to be able to get rid of so many tools and keep your interface more
Oh,
clean
and this was
and
the
bloat
fun part.
free.
So, Alberto, I think you remember I told you, right? I was like, should I tell Alberto about this? Because I have been using these in all. I have roughly around 30 plus sites. So I've been using these in all of my sites. So I was like, okay, let me test this first, and then I will talk to Alberto about this. And then one day I think he saw it in another forum, and he mentioned that, have you seen this? I'm like, yes, I'm secretly using this for like many months.
Yeah. Paul C, I saw when he did the video and he talked about the free version.
Right,
Um, and I thought it was great. And then later on, as I was using it, I thought it was great. And then boom, they released the pro version.
right.
Um, and the pro version has even more features, and I'm like, wow. And and right now, I think, let's see here.
I
We'll
mean,
post
it's
we'll
not
post
really easy to cover all the features in detail in a live show. You will
yeah.
need literally 3 hours to actually share that full experience. And let me show you some other things while we are here. And this is wpase.com, and you will see the features. These are the number of modules inside. It may look just simplified, but making things simple is actually a very hard work. You go and see how it is true or not. Anyone can make things complicated. Make things simple actually requires a lot of intelligence, in my opinion. So these are the modules. You can see much more details inside here, and go ahead. There's a long list of things. Seriously, long list of things.
Because that's the crazy thing about it is this is one plugin, and you're
Yes.
getting all this for this one plugin. This is not separate plugins, and this is not separate add-ons that you have to add to one plugin. This is all just one plugin with all these features.
So this is why I think once I did the testing, and I was very surprised that I couldn't find a gap or error or certain kind of things,
Yeah.
because I deployed it in many different sites, and all of them had different character, like configured differently. So when I applied all of them, none of them actually gave me any error. So this gives the confidence that the code is written very well written code.
And if you look at the changelog, I don't know if you could
Yeah,
highlight that again real quick.
yeah. Let me find it. 1 second. Okay, found it.
All right. But if you look and you just keep scrolling down, he's actively, besides how he does such a great job and people that comment and give him ideas and stuff like that, he highlights them. Besides that, look how active he is in updating the plugin. He's
Hmm.
nonstop creating things to improve, and you could tell that he has love for his tool, that his plugin. He's not, he's constantly putting new stuff on there, and he's constantly listening. And it's crazy. As simple as this theory is, you want to listen to your customer, you want to listen to your clients, your audience. He does that. And a lot of the founders, I think, that we've been highlighting, that's one of the reasons why we like highlighting them, is because they listen to what the people want. They're not just developing a tool and they say, no, we're not going to do what you're asking for. You
Yep.
see some of that stuff in various AppSumo and stuff like that. Some of these people respond, no, no, like, and he's actually listening and incorporating what a lot of people are asking for and putting it in there. And not only that, he's also highlighting them and thanking them and saying, hey,
Yep.
this was so and so's idea. Hey, this person caught this issue. Hey, this person. So it's a great job, and it's a
Look at
great
this. Look at
person.
this. Props to Tom Hang and for suggesting this feature and providing the code snippet to base it happen. This is a beautiful way to appreciate the community.
Yes.
Yeah, Alberto, you can continue. Sorry.
Uh, Yeah, so the link for the item is you could see it kind of scrolling through the bottom, um, if you wanted to buy it. And I don't know, Ruhani, if you want to show the pricing, if you want to pull that up
Oh
real
yeah,
quick.
yeah, yeah. I can show the pricing. I think it's very logical pricing at this point.
Yeah,
Uh, give
plus
me one
plus
second
this.
because I have so many tabs open and
Yeah,
I'm
and I'm
having
just here telling you to jump around here
yeah.
and there.
So there is a lifetime for a very limited time. If I'm not mistaken, it should be end of this year. Is then the lifetime will go out, and then you have annual subscription. That I think he actually did quite a nice type of pricing from 3
Yeah,
sites, 10 sites, 25, 100, 1000 and unlimited. So
yeah,
when I look at it, right, if you want to do it for a client, you can just pick the 3 sites and it gives you so much out of that, because if you deploy it to 3 of your clients' domains, 3 clients, you actually get back more money out of that, even just for $39, right? So I think the price point is very, very logical because it has multiple segments into it. It's not just, oh, I give you 5 sites, 1 site, and unlimited. So the choice becomes very difficult to pick because there is no in between, right? So now he has 3, 10, 2500, 1000, and unlimited. So you can pick whichever fit your needs. You can
but look
even,
at also how many plugins it's replacing. So
yeah,
just on the number of plugins it's replacing, one or two of those plugins will cost you this easy, and he's replacing so many different plugins. Yes, it's more of a light version of those plugins,
yeah,
but a lot of people just use the light version. Like you heard Rahani and his 6 sites. He's just using basic custom post types. He's not using
yeah.
anything crazy, you know. Um, so yeah, I mean, I think it's a great tool. And I hope you guys as a community like these type of tools and always give us suggestions on what you guys want to see here. But we try to find and highlight good tools like this.
Yeah, and this one he highlighted. You can see the founder's comment. Square Lighter price should be available going forward. My trade-off is only offering 1 year of support. And this one also, I want to support him on this because
Yeah.
from my life, I know that supporting plugin users is extremely difficult task. So it can take from 5 minutes to few hours for just one single person's job, single person's request. So I don't think lifetime for this kind of tools comes with lifetime support. So it doesn't make sense to me. It will not be sustainable. So I want to support him that yes, 1 year of update and support should be good. And lifetime update is okay, but not the support. Yeah. So as he said, if you need ongoing support, go with the annual license. It also makes sense.
Yeah. And plus, we want to support it. We want to continue improving the tool, right?
Yeah, exactly. So we will have new requests, but at the same time, imagine he himself doing the coding and also supporting the new people, and then they only paid $39, but their support request is taking more than 10 hours per
Yeah.
month. That is ridiculous. It's not possible for anyone to support these kind of things. And this has been happening. And this is why you see so many plugin are going out of business, so many businesses going out of business.
There's a very important question in the chat. So I like both Avengers, Marvel, DC. I love all that superhero stuff. Good
Yeah,
versus evil. I love all that stuff.
yeah. Because we grow up with comics, so
Yeah,
it reflected us differently than the newer generations.
yeah. Rouhani with his Iron Man in the background. He has a lot of cool stuff. Me and him always talk about that stuff. He even has Iron Man does have a heart with
Yeah, that one it
yeah,
took me a while to bring it over here, and it was very
really
fragile.
yeah, really cool.
Yeah, so Tawid, yes, he will get lifetime update, not the support only. So I think it is pretty fine. Usually, if you email, it might be a delayed response, but if it is a critical issue, he might reply it back. We don't know yet how the process will go, but I would say that if you can make back money from this product, because I can see you can make back money, because you don't have to deploy ACF, you don't have to deploy a certain amount of plugins. Your sites will be faster, and you can also replicate it. So I missed to show this. Let me just quickly show this once so you guys know that it is possible. My God, I have so many tabs.
While he's doing that, look, you see, Bo cares about your opinions and thoughts. He's even coming up with some other days to make everything reasonable for everybody. So
Yeah, yeah,
you can always write to him and just let him know. He's on Facebook, and you can even email, the ASE website.
yep. So, guys, I know I do a lot of plugin shows or WordPress shows, and going forward, I will do more. But what I usually do is to put my experience, test the product at least for a month or more, and then I know what is inside, what is missing, what can it be in the future. So this is the time I spend is vast amount of time. It's not only me. Alberto spends similarly significant amount of time testing these products. So that is why when we are doing the live, we are educated in that extent that every feature that I explained, I know exactly what they do, right? And Alberto knows
Yes.
exactly what they do. So
Yes.
that is only possible when you do the complete testing of the product for a longer period of time. So,
But so the nice thing is, I have a certain mindset.
mhm,
Rouhani has a different mindset. So when me and him talk, we talk about different use cases for different types of clients or customers where he may have one view, I have a different view.
yeah,
And normally we bring the founders in to do a lot of these answers. And we might do another live with Bo in the future where he's
yeah,
actually live on here. I know he said he wanted to possibly do something in the future when he adds a lot more of these features. Um, so we try to do our best from our aspect, and how we looked at it to describe this tool. Hopefully we did it some justice. Um, but but nobody knows the tool as much as the founder because he's looking
definitely.
at people's feedbacks, and other people might have different feedbacks than just me and Rouhani. As you could see, there
Exactly.
was 10,000 people that have already installed the free version on their site. So
Mhm.
10,000 people with 10,000 different opinions,
And I have
a lot of
noticed
stuff adds up.
today because I went through I went to through a walkthrough, so I
Uh,
couldn't actually monitor the comments as I used to do. But what I have noticed in a blink of my eyes that there are some opinions. So what I would say, like Asif, like Tawhid, guys, go ahead, send an email or create a forum post, give your ideas, because sometimes that idea can spark another idea. So if your idea is logical or some part of it is logical, there will be new idea coming out from that. So don't miss that opportunity to help out as a community, because him being him, your name will be in his changelog. So remember that. So yeah, Asif was saying stability in WordPress is hard to achieve as there are updates and every other day. Conflict with any other plugin may occur. Yes, and I've been facing this. I have deployed WordPress for enterprises where it handles over millions, and now I think few million of visitors per day. So I know some of the challenges that you really need to optimize to the point that it is fine tuned to the point you do not have any overhead at all, and it is cached to the maximum. So, yep,
so Bo, I know we have this running in three different groups. Hopefully you can look at the comments in the three different groups. I think
yeah,
you're doing a great job in answering a lot of these
yeah.
already,
Thank you
but
so
maybe
much.
see if
I mean,
anything.
his answer is so detailed, and I was wondering that how he is doing that. And yeah, thank you so much. I forgot to thank you for that. That so
Yeah.
much detailed replies.
Um, but yeah, I mean, so yeah. Um, we were supposed to have a special guest, um, but it seems like he might not be able to join.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so we
But
were gonna bring George on too. Um, but I know he has baby duties with his new baby
yeah,
and stuff like that, so he was hoping to join as well. But yeah, I mean, so if you guys can go and like and subscribe our YouTube video, that would be a big help
yeah,
for us.
yes,
Because this also puts it in YouTube's algorithm to help it pop up when other people are looking for tools, so that
exactly.
it helps us. And also, if you have time, check out George's Sass Masters,
Hmm.
like his like his videos as well. Um, and then even look at his Facebook group. He has a good Facebook group with a lot of
Mm,
stuff that he reviews as well too. Um, and I'm sure he'll pop in on the comments. He's always good. He always joins
yeah.
us for different things, and we collaborate really well.
Actually,
Uh,
talking about SaaS Master, right? I
yeah,
actually got so much inspiration from him to learn about how I set up my studio, how to talk better. It requires a little bit of practice because in daytime I don't actually speak that much with my office people, or most of the time I do emails, or in the meeting I will be the silent one because I will drop the bomb at the end of the meeting. So those kind of things. So
yeah,
I don't usually talk a lot. So I had to do practice and become more natural. And it's a work in progress. But it started with him, to be honest,
yeah,
that once I watched his videos and when he attended live with me, then I see how naturally he speaks, and that gave me the pointer that I need to do better. Every day I'm trying to do better. That is how we improve. Otherwise, there
yeah.
is no improvement.
And he's from Mexico, so I don't even think
Mm.
English is his first language, but he speaks it really
Exactly,
well.
exactly.
Yeah,
So that is why I was very, very surprised and, you know, at a different level of respect that
yeah,
is not his mother tongue, and which is mine as well. Mine, this is my secondary language, English. But yeah, we all need to progress. We all need to make it better. So
yeah,
me myself is a work in progress. So I will uh, request everyone, if sometimes my voice is not good, or I miss some words during the live. There is a lot of things to tackle on my left and right, including the lights and everything else. So sometimes I might miss something, or I use filler words, which I will eventually get rid of.
yeah. And like so I used to watch or I would get a bunch of tools from AppSumo and stuff, and I used to their videos are very short, 1 2 minute videos that don't really highlight the product. But George does a great job in highlighting the product, so I can determine if this is a tool that I need or not. But some of the aspects you can't get from that, right? You can't get the founder, real details from the founder and stuff like that. And that's what we try to bring to you guys, so you guys
Yes,
can see those other aspects. Now, this tool here is not in AppSumo at all. I'm just more highlighting George because I appreciate everything that I've learned from him, and on top of it, the nice collaboration that we've been doing lately and stuff. So he's a great guy. I appreciate him.
definitely, definitely. Yeah. So with that note, we we can actually thank everyone. I know it is Saturday, it is your holiday, and most probably you have a Halloween weekend on your hand. But it is, I'm appreciate I appreciate it so much that you have joined, and we will try to do even more better than this. Happy Halloween! Thanks, Bo, for all the comments and all the help in the stream, and of course, George. Thank you for posting our video on your channel, on your Facebook group.
Yeah,
Alberto,
and
you
thank
want to
you
add
guys.
something?
Yeah, thank you guys, everyone that joined, because we do this for you guys, and we want to help each other out, and we appreciate you guys taking time out of your Saturday. We're trying to catch different people and different times to make it work for everybody. And always, you can always watch the video afterwards. You can watch the video on YouTube. Make sure to like and subscribe. We'd appreciate it. Um, and any way else we can help, we're open to improve. We're open
Yes,
for feedback, and we want to make this the best, and we got some upcoming surprises coming. So hope you guys like some of the changes and everything we're going to go through.
Yes,
Thank you,
we are
guys.
rapidly planning things for the future. So hopefully
Yep.
you guys will stick around with us for a better ride.
Yes. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, everyone. We're going to
Thank you.
call it a night.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Bye,
Good
guys.
night.
Night.